for a better day, better way, better life, more meaning.
Sometimes life needs adjustments to work out for us, and making these adjustments can be difficult to see. Welcome to Change for a Better Life, Love, and Health with Nadia, a weekly empowerment show hosted by world-traveled Nadia Rosh, as she brings needed information to help you select the right path in life's challenges, relationships, and just taking care of your body. Nadia welcomes all questions on the show by calling 888-565-1470 and asking anything that you're having a problem with. You can see Nadia on changeforthebetter.tv, as each week she will bring new solutions to your life. And to reach Nadia directly, call 954-907-5176. Now, let's get ready for change with Nadia Rosh.
That's right. Let's get ready, right?
Yes.
And the Carol with me.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
And I'm going to just remind the phone number, 888-565-1470. That's our studio, right?
Yes.
So that's wonderful.
Correct.
Everybody, we welcome to the call.
Yeah.
We like challenge.
Yes, we do. Bring it
any
on.
question, yes.
This is true.
So, and today we actually continue to talk about relationship.
Yes.
And today is very important part of the relationship is making love or sex. So, God create us. Man and woman create them and tell them multiply, which is mean having sex.
Sure.
Sex mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Absolutely
Because
spiritually.
sex is not just a physical thing.
Oh,
Sex is a connection.
a lot of it's in the mind.
Sex is a oneness. That's what it means, sex.
Yes.
So it's a three aspect of sex, right?
Yes.
Physical, mental, and spiritual.
Yes. For a lot of people, it's not spiritual at all.
Because we know God create man and woman, create them,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have spirit.
Right.
And
But
after-
a lot of people are empty and they don't take the spiritual
No,
aspect.
God not create them with a spirit. It's not they fault.
Okay.
They just create, man and woman create them. Then after 1,000 years, he said, I missed something.
Right.
And he created Adam and call him Hu, because Hu in Hebrew is spirit.
Right.
He give him a spirit. That's why people with no spirit and the humans with a spirit.
Right.
So that's why is sometimes a connection between people and human doesn't work
Right.
because we are different creature. Now somebody said,
So-
what she's talking about?
Yeah, well,
But
let's get
if
to
you
the
read
good stuff.
scripture, if you read the scripture,
Yeah.
that's what it is. So anyway,
Yes.
for the first one is a people, he said multiply, right?
Okay.
And for the Adam, he create
Eve.
Eve.
Uh-huh.
For what purpose?
To make him better.
To make him one with, because when he create him, he missed something too.
He was missing
said,
something,
yes,
right.
and he said, I need to create perfection to complete him.
Yes.
And he create human woman.
From his rib.
Right.
Right.
Even part of him, because he know he's going to be one. How you become one, you have sex. That's how you become one.
Sure.
You have physical sex, you have spiritual sex, and you have mental sex.
Right. Which was
So-
where the emotions come from and where all the lovey-dovey stuff comes from. Yes.
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 And we know you are start new relationship. So
Yes.
for you, this is kind of very interesting topic to
Oh, yeah.
build again.
I never get bored of this topic.
Yeah,
I can talk
know,
about
I know.
I can talk about this topic for days, weeks,
Okay,
months.
yeah, that's good. And
Yeah.
you know what? I researched and I found so many men and women
Yeah.
having sex,
Okay.
they're not satisfied.
That's
they
true.
don't like it. They do it and they're doing a lot and they change your partners to find it the right thing.
Don't you
but
think it's because it's a mental thing that they're not connecting spiritually and mentally with that person?
That's what I start.
Yeah.
Because it have to be connection of the all three parts.
Yes.
Sex is not just physical.
But for some people it is. You do realize that, right?
That's why they don't have a satisfaction of it. They have some temporary maybe pleasure.
Sure.
But then they feel empty.
And they don't know why.
And they
ask
don't know why.
themselves
Because they never actually learn what is sex.
Right.
And, you become to the relationship with a man, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about women, right? Men.
Okay.
We're talking about classic,
Good old-fashioned.
straight woman and men, right?
Sure, okay.
So when is woman attracted to the man,
There's different
she
factors.
fall in love with him
Yeah.
and he fall in love with her,
Okay.
which is mean it's emotional start,
Sure.
right?
But sometimes not sometimes. A lot of times it's because they're visually appealing. That person says, wow, that other person that I'm looking at across the room is visually appealing to me. I would like to get to know this person.
Yes.
Or it doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow, but I want this person somehow. And then that's when they go over there and they talk to the person, and perhaps they either leave together and have something that night, or if they want something a little more, they want to wait.
Okay.
And they go on dates and they hang out and they talk on the phone and everything's great.
Yeah.
It all
Yeah.
depends on the individual, really. But it starts with physical attraction.
That's what I say. It's physical attraction.
Yeah.
But do you know the difference between how women have attracted to men and
Sure.
how men to attracted to women?
Well, I know my point of view because I'm a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we are looking at men, we're not looking just what is his eyes or what is his hair.
Or his bank account.
Oh, this is we figure out later.
Yes, of course. We're looking for a potential father of our children, a potential husband.
We are always looking a man if he can be my husband.
Exactly.
Is no other way women look at normal woman.
Right.
We can say normal woman,
Yeah.
right? Because some women they
They
just
They're not looking for that.
they're
Not at
not
all.
looking for that. But we now talking about the classical relationship when a woman and man want to build relationship.
Maybe you've heard of this saying, they're not looking for Mr. Right, they're looking for Mr. Right now. Right now is what I
Right
want.
now,
Yes.
well, we know this is like a butterfly,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, do we have a call?
have a call.
Oh, cool.
Okay, it's Victoria.
Victoria's on the line?
Hey,
Yeah.
Hello.
how are you guys?
Oh, we're great.
Thank you for calling.
No problem. Happy Memorial Day.
Same to you. Happy Memorial Day. What can we help you with? Do you want to chime in with what we're talking about with sex and how
Of
you
course. I would love to know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, we were talking about what a woman sees in a potential new mate, right? Okay, for example, a woman will see a man. Well, how old are you? First of all, if I may ask.
I'm 28.
Okay, so you're still pretty young. You're not 30 yet. I know that when I was 28, I would look at somebody and not think about, oh, is he going to be my husband? In the back of my mind, maybe. But I know that I would think, well, I could have fun with this person. I'm not going to kick him out of bed. So are you
Right.
at that stage still? Are you, or do you look at somebody and go, you know what, this could be
Serious things
Yeah,
or
do you want
just to
something-
have fun?
Yeah, what's your point of view on that? Do you see an attractive male and do you say, this could be the father of my children? Or are you just looking for Mr. Right now? We can have fun right now and let's call it a day. What's your take on that?
It really depends where now at my point, because me being a mother of, two girls at that, and they're 10 and 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely, my mindset is more set, yeah, I like the looks. Yes,
Sure.
I like a man that has that appeal. But my thing is always, you guys know what I'm about to say, pick the brain.
Right.
I like to know what it's about on the inside. Now, when it comes to being sexual and wanting to be attracted to somebody like that, to be honest, I'm at that point now at 28.
Right.
Maybe because I have to be ahead of myself for my children.
Absolutely.
But I don't see it that I can't just sleep with somebody. I have to have
More.
a friendship. I have to know who they are. I need to know how they are when they're good, how they are when they're bad, because sex is actually, to me, the most important thing in a relationship.
Sure.
Yeah, without this is no relationship staying long.
But your point of view is a little
even
different.
if it's good or bad, it tends to stretch it, whether it's a good relationship or a bad relationship. Sex
Sure.
does a lot of things. But my thing is if I'm going to be at that point where I got to really be careful who's around my kids and I want to live that life in the next 20 years.
I was going to bring that point up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's potentially this supposed to be your husband and the father of your children.
That you already have. So that point of view is interesting because you already have children and you have to say...
We're no longer together. 10 years later, we're not together anymore. But at the end of the day, I stand strong knowing that I can relate to this topic because as many men as me being a female MC, a radio host, and involved with certain things, I get a lot of attention.
Sure.
But it doesn't bother me to where I know how to take it and just let it go. But when they're beautiful, it's like, okay, it doesn't really matter to me because you might be beautiful, but you're beautiful to many other women.
That's true.
Exactly.
Right.
This is another point where we start talking about when a woman look at man, she's not looking how beauty he is.
Yeah.
Because for her, his quality of the man is not his.
What is he going to offer me mentally, physically, emotionally?
Right.
It's not financially, because financial, he needs to take care of himself before he thinks he can take care of me.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I have the point where I'm not trying to find out your bank account, but I'm definitely trying to find out where you're at with your life, because now that I'm a woman of two, and now I have to ask you because I can't take care of four.
And you don't have to be sponsor of the man. That's for sure. You have to feel protection from him. Yes.
Well, the sex might be more exciting once a man has his life together.
Absolutely.
And he's loyal, and you guys can trust each other in the industry.
Trust, that is the most important thing.
Yeah, the confidence and trust.
Yeah.
This is how built after you in love, which is nothing, what is actually nothing taken from you. You just emotionally in love.
Emotionally invested, yeah.
But when you go another stage, you start build and share love. This thing is basic of the confidence.
Sure.
And trust.
But when you reach the stage where you're going the next step, and you've had the sex, and you know you like each other, now you're building a life together.
Right.
Therefore, trust is very important, because without trust, if you can't trust who you're with, who can you trust?
Yes.
When the package is complete between two other people, and you know that the trust is there, and everything else is there, no lie, the sex life is, of course, going to be even better, because you go to a doctor, they tell you there's nothing wrong with you. It's a matter of you wanting it. Because some girls are probably like, I can't do it no more. My man's asking me what's wrong. Honey, what's wrong with you? Are you not attracted to him? Because the moment you're fully attracted to somebody, trust me, it all goes from there.
Yep.
But the little turn-offs you have and you're not attracted to that person no more, it is very hard, especially when you're an emotional person when it comes to sex, that it's not easy to just sleep with anybody. Now, if it's easy to sleep with anybody, you have a whole other situation in life and you have
That's right. I'm sorry, Victoria. We have to take a 1 minute break, and we continue. All right, sweetie? Stay with us.
We'll be right back.
As you all know, life is full of surprises, and one of the most important assets we have is our health and our ability to earn a living. If that ability is taken away, what would happen to you? It is therefore important to protect yourself and your family. One way to do so is through a life insurance with living benefits. This type of life insurance policy does not just pay out at death, it advances you all or some of the benefits while you are alive. Should you be faced with either cancer, stroke, heart attack, or several other critical illnesses, call Frank Flavian for an insurance need analysis at 954-318-0561. You are listening to Change for a Better Life, Love, and Health with Nadia Rosh as she explains options in your life. Join the conversation by calling 888-565-1470 and talking with Nadia. If you would rather write in a question, visit her website at www.changeforthebetter.tv and chat in a question. Nadia promises to respond as quickly as she can. Now, back to our show.
Okay, we are back. Victoria, are you with us?
I'm still here.
We understand your situation right now. So you are dating or potentially want to date somebody who won't actually accept you as a mother.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of
And
course, as
will
a
love-
wife,
will
not
love you.
just
I
a
just want a man
sexual
to come around
partner.
and understand that there's a difference between a woman wanting or needing.
Yeah.
And I don't really need it. It's a matter if I want you or not. Because needing you, no, I can get by every day without you.
You know
Exactly.
what? For a 28-year-old, you are quite wise. Because
Yes.
I don't think at 28, maybe because you're a mommy, you have a different perspective. But I know at 28, I was still pretty immature. I'll be honest with you.
No, I moved out at 13, long story short. So, I
Wow.
mean, me always growing up and having to figure it out and providing and making something positive out of a negative for
Sure.
the rest of my life,
Right.
I just looked at, like, things being treasured.
Ah,
You know, you can't. And
You don't take it
to
for
me,
granted.
Sex is a very big thing in life. People don't take it serious no more. They're either posting it on networks or they're talking about it. To me, sex is between two other people that is not to be discussed between the world
Sure.
unless you're in that industry.
true. That's true.
Yeah, that's what we actually try to explain people is this is very intimate, right? And you don't have to put this in the Facebook a whole your sexual
No.
life.
No, not
That
at
is
all.
Not
why
mental,
certain
not
people
physical,
can't
not-
have sex
not-
at their
not-
religion.
Yes.
I mean, in your case, you it's up to you, and I'm not telling you what to do, but in your case, you don't need, like you said, you don't need a man, right? It's but if you want them, right?
Exactly.
And they don't have to. It would be best if they loved you, but loved you as a whole, which means you and your children.
Yeah, like my baggage, I know is not the most perfect baggage. No one's perfect, but I know with the baggage I have, I can really offer something on the table.
Sure.
And my thing is if I'm going to take my table and feed somebody that's going to, or is going to eat with me, I expect for them to understand certain situations and do their part as well.
Absolutely.
Nothing should change. If you're okay, if I'm talking to you, there's something really good.
Right.
Because I know not to just bring anybody into my life.
Good.
That's good, and you don't have to look in for the man. You know, that's what is actually a lot of women do mistake.
Yeah.
They start looking for the man, perfect man or
Yes.
some, and they're never gonna, because this is not our purpose to looking for the man. Our purpose to present ourselves. We are here,
Yeah.
and come to me and show what you can do to actually win me.
Win you.
And the thing
Win.
is I'm not one to say, kiss my feet, you have to earn that. No, I'm letting you know right now. I can, like I said, I can offer this, that, and a third, but what makes you think that I can just offer that to anybody? You got to prove to me that what I'm offering is what you're capable of taking in and understanding that you have to do it no matter what.
Good for you, girl. I like her. You're a good caller.
She's so
Don't
brave.
sit here and give me the don't show me what I want to see and then become who you really are. I need
Exactly.
you to show me who you are, and even if I like it or not, bygones are bygones, and we move on.
Yes.
You know, I don't have time to sit here and date 500 people, but I definitely don't have time to sit here and babysit somebody that doesn't need to be babysitted.
She's right.
That's why we need to take a time.
Yeah.
Because
Nobody believes in taking
we know
time.
already in the man when she look at the woman, pretty woman, have 2 children.
Yeah.
Their point is, so we are growing people.
Yeah.
Why we need to wait? But man never when he is in love with woman,
Yes.
he never saw her as a potential wife.
You don't think so?
Right.
No. It's coming later, if this is coming. But
You
for
know what I've
women, we
noticed
are looking
too,
for
though,
the.
with the relationships is that people not only not taking relationships as serious as you're saying, but also with the baby situation. It's baby boom now, and none of these babies are experiencing families because the love's not real anymore. People are rushing
She's
and
right.
having sex and having babies, but these babies aren't experiencing families because these people that got
She's right.
together are doing it just to get together.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
That's
now
the right
these families
word.
are
That's a
running
key
around
word.
saying, where's my
Together.
mom? Where's my dad? Where's my this? Where's my family? But there was never a family.
Right. No, you bring
It's
up a good point.
2016.
Yeah,
No,
sure, yeah.
you have a girl, you are very brave. You are
She has 2
wonderful.
girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you know what? You have so much potential to
Thank
actually meet right one.
Yeah.
Not right for now.
Not right now,
Not
Mr.
right now.
Right.
Yes, the right
Yeah.
one. Because, you have knowledge and understanding life.
Yeah. She
And
does.
this is so important. And you know what? I think we have to start talk to the men straight.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we start talking them like
Yes.
around,
Sugarcoating it.
they don't understand. They
No.
actually don't understand.
They really don't.
No,
Some
no.
of these men will give me the look like, Victoria, you really talking to me like that? Well, it's not that I'm trying to be mean. I'm just letting you know this is my point in my life. This is where I'm at. Can
Yeah.
you do this? Can you do that? Do you know what this means when I do this? And do you understand me when I do that? Because if you don't understand the certain expectations that I have in the direction that I'm going, then I can't offer that much, Like,
Right.
there's only so many limits, and you got to keep it moving. When you have children watching, that should be the number one thing in the back of your head is be the person that you want your child to be with.
You know what?
Exactly.
What you just said, your children are watching. A lot of women don't realize the children are definitely watching.
Right.
The children may not 100% understand exactly what's happening or why, but as they get older and they do understand, oh, this was the situation, they may not have the best role model. And
Yeah.
mothers that are a little irresponsible or a little selfish don't realize what you just said. Very
and that's
important.
why when you're doing certain things in front of children, they have to understand that, when you kiss, when you hold hands, when you are
Yes.
physical in any type of way, that's giving them the leeway in the long run. They may not be now, but they're going to think, okay, when
Yep.
it's okay to be around these boys or these girls.
They copy everything. They copy
It is
everything.
like the sponges, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, we have what we have, but you have to understand that we need to have the respect of the sight of the children, because once we show them and expose them,
Yeah.
they learn from us. No matter how much you think they're learning on the streets, no, they're learning from you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of these parents aren't understanding, bringing all these men around their kids,
Yeah.
bringing all these women around their kids, because at the end of the
Yes.
day, when you see that your kid is in say in elementary and already looking at boys, it's either because it's going on around them or it's showing them at home.
A learned behavior. But your kids are in good hands because you understand. My children are watching my every move, and I don't want them to get the wrong impression.
Especially with me being in the industry that I'm in, and my oldest, being into that industry as well.
Right.
She looks at me on my every move. So it's like when it comes down to my personal life, I'm very limited on that. I can lie to her with a good lie, not necessarily a lie that's like really bad, but like I know how to lie to my children to get them to understand that that's not what life's about.
Right.
Because they're gonna see it whether I hide it or not. I know that.
You're right.
That's
But I know I can still try to control as much as I can as possible. And especially when it comes to my relationship and my personal life, that's one thing I don't mix between my kids and my business. Because when I'm working and when I'm with my kids,
Right.
that's a totally different time. I have my time for that.
You know what? You have a good head on your shoulders.
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah.
For not
She's-
even...
Thank you.
She's very self-confident.
You do. You have a lot of confidence.
When you grow up seeing a lot and you've been through a lot, you learn from your mistakes. And if you're not learning from them, you're not
Right.
going anywhere.
This is true. And you learned from the mistakes that you saw. Is that what you're saying? You
Whether
saw
I've
mistakes?
seen or did it myself, it didn't matter. Whether I did it myself or if I've seen it from somewhere or as a kid growing up, I've always told myself that's not what's supposed to be done. You wouldn't want that done to you, then why are you doing it to them?
There you go.
Perfect.
I've always thought like that.
Wow.
Yes, it's very good.
Perhaps
very
you've
good.
been on this earth before. I don't know. You have a very
I
old...
tell myself sometimes like that. I really do, and I'm very spiritual with a lot of things. I'm not heavily with the whole God thing, but I'm spiritual. And
Yeah.
I just,
So
like
she's
I said,
human.
really what goes around comes around. And
That's
that's
true.
one thing.
But it's funny because perhaps you have a very old and wise soul. It's like you have learned from past lives. We're not on that kind of show, but just your way of talking and the way you just know what not to do. And you're still very, very young. You're not a teenager, but my
Yes.
goodness, you've learned. It
28.
took me a long time to learn what I know now about my life and the mistakes I made. And let me tell you, it was closer.
Well, with the areas that I've grown up in for many years, in the last 10 years especially, I can say in a decade, we'll say, I've seen how parents raise their kids. I've seen how people act and talk.
Yeah.
And I to be honest, when I'm not impressed with it, I ask myself, am I doing that too? Because if I am, I need to change that.
There you go.
And I'll
very
ask somebody,
responsible.
do I do that? Is that how I look when I'm doing it? Yeah, I can be strong on my kids, but my kids also know to be at home, or they're going to play sports, or they're going to be with their family.
Right.
They're not outside with these kids. They're not, only time they can see these kids outside is when they're in school.
Yes,
So
it's how
I try to
we
keep
start
them away
our
from
program, Victoria. We start our program and tell about the sex is not just a physical. There's a 3 aspects of sex.
Yeah.
Physical, mental, and spiritual.
Right.
If we don't have this is in man, so that's not right man for us.
You need
And
all
that
three.
one more time?
yes,
I'm sorry.
all 3.
She wants to hear you say the 3 aspects again.
Okay, 3 aspects of relationship, and sex is we call sex, but this is actually connection, oneness, and this is have to be spiritual. Oh God, we were spiritual, mental, and physical
Yes.
together. If one part is missing, nothing works.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, we have to
We've run out of
continue
time.
next Monday because our time is off.
I can't believe it.
So yes.
Oh, Lord.
So thank you very much, Victoria. We love you already,
yes.
and stay strong, girl. Okay?
Thank you for calling. She's gone.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wow. That was
That's
amazing.
it's like
We were
a
just
few.
You have been listening to Change for a Better Life with Nadia Rosh as she explores the mysteries of life, love, and health. Tune in next week for another chapter that will help you make the right choices in your everyday situation. If you wish to contact Nadia, please call her at 954-907-5176 directly, or visit the website www.changeforthebetter.tv. And thank you for tuning in for Change. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.